I am Reed. I am 27, just an average dude. I've made tons of money mistakes in my 20s. And now I want to share everything I've learned to help you take control of your finances and your life. Hey guys, hope you're having a good day. Little bit of story time to start. So 2 days ago was my girlfriend and I's anniversary, and I booked us a reservation at a Michelin star restaurant. It was an awesome time. Honestly, the food was super interesting. I'd be lying if I said I wouldn't. Rather have a McDonald's cheeseburger over half the stuff I ate there, but it was a great experience. Expensive though. And the best part, I chipped my tooth halfway through dinner, so if I sound a little weird in this video, it is because I am missing half my bottom tooth and I got a dentist appointment tomorrow to fix it. So that is what is going on. But I wanted to make this video because this is something I've been seeing a lot of and thinking a lot about as I grow my financial foundation and start looking at different ways to increase my income. I see so much negativity around this topic, and I want to be the one to come online and have kind of a hot take about it. Here goes. I personally think it is okay to build wealth working a 9-to-5 job. I said it. I know everyone is shocked right now, but I really believe that we live in a time where every other video you watch about money or financial freedom is telling you to quit your job, start a business, be your own boss, start dropshipping, start e-commerce, start a TikTok shop, start a YouTube channel. And listen, I know it works for some people. Some people absolutely crush it with dropshipping and vending machines and Airbnbs and all that, but here is the thing. While it works for some, it will not work for the majority of us. And that is just reality. We live in this grind set culture where you need to be grimy and quit your 9-to-5 and stop being a wage slave, but I think a good job with a solid culture and a clear promotion path can be one of the best foundations to build wealth on without quitting anything. My main problem with this topic is I see too many people feeling bad or insecure that they work a 9-to-5 because people online tell them they need to quit to get ahead. If you are working a 9-to-5 right now and putting food on the table, please do not feel bad. You are doing the right thing. We all have to do it. The reality is not all of us are going to become rich millionaire content creators or TikTok shop dropshippers. Statistically, it cannot happen for everyone. There would never be a world where we could all do that. So I am here to tell you, if you are working a 9-to-5, it is okay and you are doing the right thing. The 9-to-5 hate has gone way too far. There is this narrative that if you work for someone, you are a wage slave, wasting your life, but not every job is toxic. Not every corporation is a pyramid scheme trying to use you. Some of us actually like the structure of a 9-to-5. We like knowing when to clock in and clock out. We like planning our vacations. We like having that stability, knowing every single week or every other week we getting a paycheck. When you own a business or do side hustles or content creation, you don't know when the next paycheck is coming. Sure, you can have great months, but you can also have downturns. Some of us like that solid consistency. The real question is not whether you have a 9-to-5. The real question is, are you using your 9-to-5 intentionally and making it work for you? Let me explain what I mean by that. I saw a study recently that said something like 57% of Gen Z wants to be influencers or content creators. I see why they do. Don't get me wrong, I am not hating on content creators. I am literally making a YouTube video right now. But I don't think it is realistic that all of us can do that one day. People need to set their expectations. If you have to work a 9-to-5 the rest of your life, you can still be financially free. You can still have an amazing foundation. You can still be happy. You can still spend time with your kids. You can still have a good work-life balance. I personally think a 9-to-5 can be a launchpad here, is what I mean by that. I like to treat my job like I am an investor. Think about it this way. My job gives me consistent income. I have structure. I get paid every week. I have a 401k match. At my job, they match 6%. So every time I put 6% into my 401k, my company puts in 6% too. That is free money. That is a guaranteed 100% return on that contribution immediately. You cannot find that anywhere else in the market. Plus, I have health insurance, and by having these things, I can budget because I have steady income. I can plan because I have steady income. I can invest in other things like my Roth IRA or maybe a small side hustle because I know exactly how much I am going to make each week. You do not have to choose between working a 9-to-5 and building wealth. You can do both at the same time. You just have to stay focused. Now, here is what matters to me when it comes to working a corporate job or a 9-to-5. I have a checklist. If your job checks these boxes, I think you are in a great spot. First, your job should have a clear promotional ladder. That is huge. I am a hard worker. I am driven. I want to move up. The company I work for has a very solid promotional path. Every single person in leadership, from assistant vice presidents to vice presidents to the CEO, all started from the ground up. They all started at this company and worked their way up over time. If your company has a clear path upward, that is a massive win and something you should look for. Second, you don't want to hate what you do. I do data analytics for the merchandising department. I like numbers, I like money, I like data. I get to see numbers every day and make insights and actionable decisions for our team. I genuinely enjoy my job. I am not miserable when I wake up on Monday morning, and I am taking that money and funding my future. If you saw my first video, I am investing 51% of my income every single week. That is a win. That is literally financial freedom in disguise. A lot of people call it that because it comes from a 9-to-5, but that is a win. Third, You want good work-life balance if you are working a 9 to 5 and never see your kids. Maybe you need to look at a different company. The company I work for lets me take my kids to school if I need to. They let me go see a basketball game. That balance matters. Fourth, you want to work for a company that is stable. My company has been around since the 60s. They performed great through every economic downturn, including COVID. That stability gives me peace of mind knowing my job is probably not going anywhere. So have a little checklist for your 9 to 5. As long as it is a company you like working for with good culture and supportive people, there is nothing wrong with it. The name of this channel is about playing the long game. Would I love to retire early? Of course. Would I love more flexibility? Of course. Would I love to be a millionaire tomorrow making TikTok shop videos? Of course. The reality is that is probably not going to happen. And I am okay with that because I set clear expectations for myself. I am not in a rush to blow up my financial foundation just so I can be rich tomorrow. Would I love that? Yeah, would all of us love that? Of course. But in reality, it is going to be a long-term game, and there is nothing wrong with that right now. I am focused on growing in my role and learning valuable skills. Those two things apply directly to my 9 to 5. Outside of my job, I am focused on saving and investing consistently. I am building my foundation of wealth by using my 9 to 5 as the engine. Let me tell you a quick story. I used to work at a coffee shop. The owner was a great guy. He wanted to get out of the system of working a 9 to 5. He wanted to be his own boss. So he started a coffee shop, and that dude worked 20-hour days to keep that place running as perfectly as possible. He was making maybe 50 grand a year take home. I am not hating on him at all. He was awesome. He was a mentor to me. I love the guy, but it showed me that being your own boss is not always this glamorous freedom machine that social media makes it out to be. It can be way more work than a 9 to 5 with way less stability. If I started my own business tomorrow, I probably wouldn't have money to invest for the first few years. Most of my money would go right back into the business. That could be great if the business takes off, or it could be a disaster. And even if it takes off, you are still working 12 to 14 hours a day, keeping it running. So this idea that quitting your 9 to 5 automatically gives you freedom is just not true for most people. There is this big stigma right now that we should all hate our 9 to 5s and hate working for other people. And while I think wanting to be your own boss and create your own success is a great mindset, the truth is, if you are working a 9 to 5 and you feel like you are doing something wrong because people online say it is a bad path, please know you are not doing anything wrong. You are building wealth at your own pace. And if you aren't building wealth yet, you can start today. You can start stacking slow and smart. If your job funds your peace and your growth and your family and your long-term goals, that is a win-win for you. You should feel happy that you have a 9 to 5 that supports you that way. I know a lot of people out there have 9 to 5s that hate their life. I get that, and that is why I say maybe look at different companies. But if you can find a company that meets that checklist, that lets you spend time with your family, that has good culture, that has a promotional path, and at the same time you are stacking your money and investing and saving and funding your long-term goals, that is a win-win. Do not let social media rush you or make you feel like you need to be rushed. I am here to tell you that you do not need to be rushed. I know it is hard. I am 27 now. When I see these 22-year-olds talking about how they just bought a Lamborghini, I catch myself thinking, man, am I late to the game? But in reality, I am not. I am moving at my own pace, and that is perfectly okay. Whether you are in a corporate job or a 9 to 5 or freelancing or just trying to figure things out, just remember there is no one right way to win. We are all just trying to build with intention. That is it. We are all trying to win together, and it is a long, slow process that will eventually pay off for hopefully all of us. Let me leave you with this. Think about what your 9 to 5 actually gives you. It gives you a predictable income stream, which is the single most powerful tool for building wealth when you use it, right? It gives you benefits like health insurance and retirement matching that would cost you thousands if you had to pay for them yourself. It gives you structure, which sounds boring, but actually helps you stay consistent with your savings and investments, and it gives you time. Because when you clock out at 5, your work is done. You don't have to think about it until the next morning. That time is yours to spend with family, to work on side projects, to learn new skills, or just to relax. The people who are truly winning at the 9 to 5 game understand that their job is not their identity. It is their tool. It is the foundation that lets them build everything else on top of it. Ivy talked to so many people who quit their jobs to chase the entrepreneur dream and ended up in way worse financial shape. They drained their savings, they racked up credit card debt, they burned out, and then they had to go back to a 9 to 5 anyway. But with less money and more stress, that is not freedom. That is the opposite of freedom. Real freedom comes from having options. And the best way to get options is to stack cash slowly and consistently over time using whatever job you have right now. Once you have a solid emergency fund and you are investing regularly and your debt is under control, then you can start thinking about what else you want to do. But you don't have to blow everything up to get there. You can get there working a regular job. I am proof of that. So if you are working a 9 to 5 right now and you are feeling that pressure from social media to quit and go all in on something risky, just know that you are not behind. You are not doing it wrong. You are building a foundation that a lot of these flashy online people actually don't have. Keep stacking, keep investing, keep showing up, and give yourself credit for what you are doing because it matters more than you think. Thanks for watching. Drop a comment with your job path. You don't have to tell me what company you work for, but let me know if you like your 9 to 5 or if you are trying to figure things out. Let me know if you agree or disagree. I know this is a hot topic, and I know a lot of people don't agree with this perspective anymore. But I personally think there is something really valuable about working for a company that treats you well, that has a path upward, and that gives you the stability you need to build your life outside of work. So let me know what you guys think, and I will see you in the next one. Have a good day. Peace.